Good morning students and hello friends. Welcome to Ashoka Online Academy. As part of the daily current affairs program in the Ashoka Online Academy, we are discussing the current affairs aspects. Okay. So today we will discuss about the latest current affairs on 26th August and also some of the current affairs of 25th August also. So whatever the current affairs we discuss here, we discuss in a holistic manner, okay, and at the same time we also give the previous UPSC and civil service exam based prelims questions, mains questions in the current affairs program. So try to follow this particular current affairs program daily, and it will be very useful for your career and also for your competitive exam, clearing the competitive exam. So understand this particular fact, friends, and try to utilize this opportunity. This program is definitely useful for you, okay, provided you follow it in a consistent manner regularly. So today we are going to discuss about these topics. So please be patient till the end of the video so that you will get the information about this particular topics. So today I will discuss about this particular topics: Operation Devi Shakti, India International Solar Alliance, Energy Transition Dialogue 2021. What is this? What is International Solar Alliance? Okay, then International Solar Alliance, when it started, what it will do, all the things we will discuss. After that, Forum for Decarbonizing Transport Sector. How you decarbonize the transport sector? What India is doing, we will discuss here. Strategic petroleum reserves in India. So it's a very good concept, strategic petroleum reserves in India. World Water Week, Arctic region. Yesterday a Hindu newspaper article came about the Arctic region. We will discuss about the Arctic region in detail and the Arctic Council also. So this is our today's topics. So just follow this particular class and you will understand this particular content very clearly. So this is how it is. We will proceed with this particular thing. Table of contents. First one is I want to discuss about the Operation Devi Shakti. So what is this Operation Devi Shakti? All of us know in the newspaper from the last 2 to 3 weeks, Afghanistan crisis is in news. Taliban has taken over the Afghanistan and the American forces have evacuated the Afghanistan. So whatever the efforts, international efforts that were put in the Afghanistan from the last 2 decades were totally went wrong. And in this situation, many Indians were stranded in this particular country of Afghanistan. And the Taliban has taken over the country and they were issuing the deadlines that foreign nationals should evacuate from our country from so and so date. So in this situation, in this particular deadline situations, the government of India has launched Operation Devi Shakti. So what is this Operation Devi Shakti? It is the name given to the operation to evacuate the citizens of India from Afghanistan. So very simple, Indian citizens who are stranded in Afghanistan will be evacuated under this Operation Devi Shakti. So this is called as Operation Devi Shakti. Under this operations, Indian and foreign nationals, so understand here, foreign nationals are being evacuated from Afghanistan following the Taliban takeover of the nation. Very good. It's an operation where the Indian government will just evacuate the Indian nationals who are stranded in Afghanistan and also the foreign nationals, with which countries the government of India has already made an agreement that, for example, France nationals we will evacuate and they will evacuate the France nationals from this particular Operation Devi Shakti from Afghanistan. We will discuss about the Afghanistan crisis in detail. It will be more than half an hour to 40 minutes class. I will make a separate video on it entirely on history, geography, political conditions, international affairs related to the Afghanistan country. But as of now, you just understand the Afghanistan country and its borders. It has borders with Pakistan, it has borders with Iran, it has borders with Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and also India. Understand this very clearly. So with all these countries, it has the land borders. Understand this very clearly. Kabul is the capital city of the Afghanistan. Two important cities, Kandahar and Mazar-e-Sharif. Kandahar and Mazar-e-Sharif are two important cities of Afghanistan. So just from the prelims point of view, you understand the map of Afghanistan. More discussion on Afghanistan I will only do in the same platform in the coming week. Okay, why? Because the information is a lot of information is there, and at the same time I require more time. I require more than 40 to 50 minutes only to discuss about the Afghanistan. Definitely with good content I will come to you and discuss the Afghanistan crisis. So wait for it. Okay, so this is about the Operation Devi Shakti. Very simple, nothing much is there. Okay, but let us understand some of the other operations, evacuation related operations conducted by Indian government along with the help of our Indian Army or Indian military and also the Air Force and Navy. Let us understand the recently conducted operations by government of India. You can expect a question. So what is this thing? Okay, first let us discuss about Operation Rahat. So what is this Operation Rahat? Launched by Indian Armed Forces to evacuate Indian citizens and foreign nationals of 41 countries from Yemen during 2015 Yemen crisis. So Yemen, the West Asian country, it faced the civil war situation, and there is a continuous dispute between Yemen and Saudi Arabia. The Houthi rebels of Yemen country, they are continuously in fight with the Saudi Arabia. Okay, so this Yemen crisis is happening since 2015, and in Yemen a lot of Indians were stranded there. They are working in the Yemen in various sectors like construction sector, oil extraction sector, transportation and infrastructure building sector. So all these Indians were evacuated by the Indian Armed Forces in the joint operation by Army, Navy and the Air Force in the Operation Rahat. Remember 2015 in Yemen country, 41 countries foreign nationals were also evacuated. It is the when the operation is conducted, the government of India received a lot of appreciation from the international sectors. So Operation Maitri. So what is this? It is the rescue and relief operation in Nepal carried by the government of India and Indian Armed Forces in the aftermath of 2015 Nepal earthquake. 2015, powerful earthquake of magnitudes greater than 7.5, struck the Nepal country. So in this particular earthquake, which occurred in Nepal, many of the Indians were struck there, and lot of damage happened in the Nepal country. So our neighbor country, and 2015 government has launched the Operation Maitri to provide relief and rehabilitation to the Nepal country after the earthquake. So our Indian disaster management forces, our armed forces, army men, they participated in this particular Operation Maitri. Nepal 2015 Nepal earthquake. So Nepal, it is a Himalayan country, and Himalayan countries, the Nepal, Bhutan, they are prone to earthquakes. Why? Because the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate, both of them, they are meeting in Himalayas, and lot of stress is built up in the Himalayan region, and that particular place will experience the earthquake now and also in future also. So Operation Maitri. Then Operation Safe Homecoming. Operation Safe Homecoming. So what is this? It is launched by Indian government in 2011 to evacuate its citizens, who are fleeing from the Libyan civil war. So in Libya, the North African country, the oil rich country. So this particular Libya country, it plunged into a civil war. After 30 years of rule by dictator Muhammad Gaddafi, so this particular Libyan country, it fell into a civil war. So during this particular Libyan civil war, the president of the country, the Muhammad Gaddafi was killed, okay, on the road, and simply people are fleeing, okay, they were just scared. Lot of Indians are working there in the oil, construction and infrastructure building sector, okay, they are also in unsafe conditions. So keeping their safety and security in view, government launched in 2011 Operation Safe Coming. So understand this very clearly. Then finally Operation Sukun. So what is this Operation Sukun? It is the operation carried out by the Indian Navy, understand this, to evacuate Indian, Sri Lankan, Nepalese nationals from the conflict zone during 2006 Lebanon war. Yesterday we have discussed about Lebanon country. The capital of Lebanon is Beirut. Lebanon is facing economic crisis. Okay, that facts we discussed in the yesterday class. Do you remember that? The same Lebanon country, it plunged into a civil war in 2006 because of the political instability. Yesterday I discussed that Lebanon, why the Lebanon fell into that particular severe economic crisis. First point I told is political instability. Okay, lot of sectarian or religious groups are there, like Christians, Muslim Shias, Muslim Sunnis. They are working for their own interest, and there is lot of political stability. Because of the political instability, there is always civil war happening in this particular country of Lebanon. And in 2006 Lebanon war, Operation Sukun was launched to evacuate the Indian citizens, Nepalese, Sri Lankan citizens from this particular Lebanon. Remember this for prelims. Operation Rahat, okay, during the Yemen, Operation Maitri, Nepal, okay, Operation Safe Homecoming, okay, in Libya, Operation Sukun in Lebanon. Remember this for prelims. So this is what, but the main topic is Operation Devi Shakti. Okay, this has the potential to be asked in the prelims examination. Don't think they will not ask. They will ask something or other thing related to this particular Afghanistan. So what I will do is, when I discuss about the Afghanistan, okay, in detail, I will give some model questions, okay, which UPSC can ask from the Afghanistan. Okay, let us do it. Okay, so we have remember the border countries: Pakistan, India, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Iran. Out of the 5 Central Asian countries, only 3 are having borders with Afghanistan: Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. India is also having borders with the Afghanistan according to the Ministry of External Affairs website. Ministry of External Affairs website. Understand that very clearly. Pakistan and Iran. So these are all the border countries. So let us proceed with the next topic. So what is our next topic? India International Solar Alliance Energy Transition Dialogue 2021. So the news article from the Press Information Bureau, official Government of India website. So what is this? The new and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, the minister, he is participating in this particular energy transition dialogue. He has given some beautiful points or facts that are useful for the upcoming prelims and mains examination regarding renewable energy development in India. So what is this? See here, what he is saying is that our renewable energy minister, India has already achieved emission reduction of 28% over 2005 levels against the target of 35% by 2030 committed in its nationally determined contributions, also called as INDCs. What are these INDCs? Intended spelling is intended nationally determined contributions. So what are these? These are the commitments, voluntary commitments given by the governments that participated in the Paris Climate Agreement meeting of 2015, okay, conducted by United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. In that meeting, India also participated, and India said that India is voluntarily committing to what is called as intended nationally determined contributions. So as part of the INDC commitments of Government of India said that what it said is that what it said is that by 2030, compared to 2005 levels, okay, by 2030 year compared to 2005 levels, India is going to decrease 35% of its CO2 emissions compared to 2005 levels by the year 2050. It means, if imagine, for example, in 2005 India is emitting 100 units of CO2. By 2030 it will decrease it by 35%. That means it will emit only 65 units of CO2 by the year 2030. So that is the commitment given by the government of India in Paris Climate Agreement as part of its nationally determined contributions. So what the minister is saying is that already India has achieved emission reduction of 28% over 2005 levels. So out of this 35% reduction, we have achieved 28% of reduction as of today. Remember that very clearly. In prelims they will ask these things in a statement based questions, okay, mixing all the facts. So understand this very clearly. So I will discuss this intended nationally determined contributions. So 3 commitments were given by government of India. One is, we will reduce our CO2 emissions by 35% by 2030 year compared to 2005 year in India. Second, what it did is, by 2030, what it said is, by 2030 India is going to produce 40% of its electricity from renewable sources like solar, wind, biomass, small hydropower, like that. Okay, so by 2030 40% of electricity will be from renewable sources. That was the commitment given by government of India in nationally determined contribution. Third commitment, what it said is, India will create additional carbon sink. Of 2.5 gigaton CO2 equivalent to 3.5 gigaton CO2 equivalent by planting new trees. India will create additional carbon sink by planting more trees that can absorb 2.5 gigaton of CO2 equivalent to 3.5 gigaton of CO2 equivalent by 2030 again. So these are the 3 commitments given by the government of India. Once again, okay, just pause and listen to it, you will understand. Okay, so what are the other things? So this is the first point. I hope you understood this. Then Dr. Ajay Mathur, remember it for prelims or any group level exam. Dr. Ajay Mathur is the Director General of International Solar Alliance. We will discuss this just after few minutes. So see here, some of the other facts. It is anticipated that by 2050, 80 to 85% of India's overall power capacity will come from renewable sector. By 2030, 40% of electricity should be from renewable sector. What government of India is saying is that by 2050, 80 to 85% will be coming from renewable energy sector. Okay, and all the plans are done for that. And what are the other things? Already at present 100 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity has been installed and it is operational in India. So 100 gigawatt is already installed. Okay, understand that very clearly. So what are our targets? Our targets is 175 gigawatt by 2022, 450 gigawatt by 2030. But already we have 100 gigawatt by 2021 July. More 75 gigawatt need to be created. Okay, so this is here. As of 1st July 2021, 38.5% of India's installed power generation capacity is based on renewable energy sources. That means out of total power supply, 38.5% is coming from the installed renewable energy sources. Understand that very clearly. All these facts They are the numbers, these facts. You have to use it in your mains answer sheet of UPSC. Then only you will get the marks. Should clearly write that our target is to reach the 175 gigawatt. Okay, and already we have installed 100 gigawatt of renewable energy. That is exactly 38.5% of the total power capacity generation of India we are producing from this particular renewable energy sources. So like that you have to mention the things clearly. So these facts are very important. Please write them and keep it with them. So this is the thing here. Now if you see at present what minister is saying yesterday is that India stands at 4th position in the world in terms of installed renewable energy capacity. 4th position in the world. Okay, in terms of renewable energy capacity, India is in the 4th position as of today. These are official numbers given by the facts given by the Minister of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. And India is 5th in terms of solar energy installed capacity at global level. India is in 4th position in terms of wind energy installed capacity at global level. So when it comes to renewable energy installed capacity, India is in 4th position. When it comes to only solar energy installed capacity, India is in 5th position. When it comes to wind energy installed capacity at global level, India is in 4th position. Remember these facts. And India targets to install from its existing target of 175 gigawatt by 2020 to 450 gigawatt by 2030. Just now I told you, no, we have targets. Understand these facts very clearly. Okay, see here, I am explaining this once again for your understanding. See here, 175 gigawatts of renewable energy by the year 2022. Okay, but as of now by 2021, how much we have? 100 gigawatt. Understand this very clearly. Renewable energy sources. What are our future targets? Our future targets are you need to generate 450 gigawatt by 2030. Understand this very clearly. Renewable sources of energy. Remember this. Our target is this. We are here. Okay. Understand this very clearly. And this is 38.5% of the total installed renewable energy capacity of India. Understand these facts very clearly for prelims point of view. Okay, if you have any doubts, please go to the go back and see it once again. You will understand. So see here. So out of this 175 gigawatt, see we are if you just divide into subcategories. 60 gigawatt is from solar photovoltaic, that is solar panels. 60 gigawatt is from the wind turbines, Okay, then 40 gigawatt is from the rooftop solar. That means on the top of the buildings you install the solar panels and generate the electricity and integrate it with the grid, power grid. Then 10 gigawatt is biomass. Okay, whatever the biomass, agriculture biomass, you burn it and then you generate this particular electricity. And 5 gigawatt is from small hydropower. Together 170 gigawatt target by 2022. Okay, understand that. But as of today we have 100 gigawatt by 2021. So this is the thing from the chart you will understand. Okay, very simple. Now let us discuss about International Solar Alliance. Very important. Already the question was asked in UPSC. So it is India's first international and intergovernmental organization. First time India has established an international level organization that is called as International Solar Alliance. Very simple. And it is an intergovernmental organization. That means all the governments, okay, okay, that is the countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, okay, which are fully within this particular range or partly within this particular Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. 122 countries, okay, they are part of the International Solar Alliance. It is formed on 30th November 2015. Remember this for groups prelims examination, AP and TS students. And two important persons, one is Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and France President, the former France President Hollande, okay, Francois Hollande, launched this particular International Solar Alliance. So it is launched at 21st meeting to UNFCCC in Paris. So what is this UNFCCC? United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which started in the year 1992 in the Rio Earth Summit. Okay, understand this. So this 21st meeting is organized in Paris in 2015 year, and where both the Indian Prime Minister, France President launched this International Solar Alliance. So 122 countries that are part of between the Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer are part of this particular initiative. So what is the goal? The goal is very simple. The tropical region on the planet Earth receives the good higher amount of sunshine. There will be sunshine for more than 300 days in a year of 365 days. So obviously the idea is to tap this particular solar energy, which is renewable, which is clean, which is non-polluted, which is pure, and which is helpful in overcoming the problem of global warming and climate change with zero carbon emissions. So let us tap this particular solar energy in these 122 countries and supply this particular electricity to all the households within this particular 122 countries, which is the energy or power is supplied at low cost, accessible and equitable in nature. So what will be the advantage? Always remember, electricity will drive the economic growth of the nation. Very simple. Only if electricity is there, industries will run, they produce goods and services, and they export and earn the money, create the new job opportunities. So obviously electricity is the most important thing, and that electricity we are producing it from the coal and diesel. In the process we are emitting huge amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere and contributing to the global warming, climate change. But we don't want that. We want the clean energy. The clean energy we have is solar energy, and that can be tapped between by these 122 countries located between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, okay, through the International Solar Alliance initiative. So the head office of this International Solar Alliance is located in National Institute of Solar Energy, Faridabad, Haryana. United Nations is a strategic partner to this particular International Solar Alliance, and we have an International Solar Alliance Corpus Fund, and International Solar Alliance will mobilize $1,000 billion by 2030, okay, so that they collect more money, install this particular solar energy projects in 122 countries and just generate the electricity and supply to the countries all over the world. So it will mobilize $1,000 billion by 2030. 122 countries are part of it. I told you 122 countries, but as of today only 86 countries signed and ratified this International Solar Alliance agreement. That means they agreed that we will be part of it, we will contribute it, and we will get the benefits from it. That is how it is. So understand this thing for groups exams. You just remember the dates. Just remember the dates when it is formed. Okay, where it is formed. 21st meeting of UNFCCC Paris headquarters. Okay, 122 countries, 86 countries signed it for prelims exams. Now let us discuss the previous questions asked from this particular area. So see here, International Solar Alliance was launched in 2015. UPSC asked a question in 2016 prelims. That's it, current affairs. So let us understand this. Consider the following statements. International Solar Alliance was launched at United Nations Climate Change Conference in 2015. Yes, just now we have seen 30th November 2015 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change meeting, COP21 meeting. It is COP Conference of Parties 21st meeting. It is right. The alliance includes all the member countries of United Nations. No, the alliance includes only the 122 countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So this is wrong. The correct statement is this one. Okay, are you getting the things? Very simple thing. Now let us understand the next question. Let us understand the next question. This is asked in 2016. This is asked in 2016. This is also asked in 2016 prelims. The term intended nationally determined contributions is sometimes seen in the newspaper in the context of what? Okay, just read this. Pledges made by the European countries to rehabilitate refugees from the war affected Middle East. That is 2015 Yemen war is going on in Middle East. So included that. This is wrong. What is intended nationally determined contribution? Plan of action outlined by the countries of the world to combat climate change. Okay. Capital contributed by member countries in the establishment of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. This is totally wrong. Plan of action outlined by countries of the world regarding sustainable development goals. No. Okay. So it is the plan of action outlined by the countries of the world to combat climate change. How you combat climate change? By reducing the global GHG emissions, greenhouse gas emissions or CO2 emissions. That is this answer. So these are previous questions of UPSC. Now let us understand about this is a simple topic, Forum for Decarbonizing Transport. So what is this? Niti Aayog and World Resource Institute, they have jointly launched the Forum for Decarbonizing Transport in India. So what is this? Very simple. It is part of National Decarbonization Transport Initiative for Asia. National Decarbonization Transport Initiative of Asia project. So see here, the forum will be one-stop platform for initiating dialogues between stakeholders and partners, okay, to help achieve results in reducing emissions from transport sector. So see here, the diesel vehicles, the petrol vehicles, the two-wheelers, okay, the cars and the transport vehicles which are using the conventional fuel, okay, what they emit? They emit. So if you are traveling on a scooter or if you are traveling on a this particular car, okay, what will happen? It will emit the carbon monoxide, it will emit the carbon dioxide, it will emit the oxides of nitrogen, it will emit the oxides of sulfur, and also it will emit the particulate matter of sizes, particulate matter of size 10 microns, particulate matter of size 2.5 microns and particulate matter of size 1 micron. This is very, very dangerous. Particulate matter, and also it will generate or simply emit what is called as black carbon or soot, black carbon or soot. So all these are emitted whenever you use the petrol and diesel in your vehicles. So what will happen? So when you are traveling in the transport vehicles, you are emitting all these air pollutants. So if you see here, carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas contributing directly to the global warming and climate change. Nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxides, both of them are air pollutants and they have the potential to cause the acid rains. And this particular oxides of nitrogen, they have the potential to create what is called as smog. Okay, and carbon monoxide, it has lot of health impacts, okay, on humans. Particulate matter, black carbon or soot, okay, in this particulate matter of size 1 micron, simply it is of very small size and it will float in the air. It is not visible to the human eyes. If you just inhale it, it will go inside our body and dissolve in our blood, okay, causing a lot of health problems. So all these are emitted from the transportation sector. The idea of this particular forum for decarbonizing transport is how you decarbonize the transport sector, how you stop the emission of these particular air pollutants from the transport sector and move towards sustainable transportation sector. So what is that sustainable transportation sector? You need to utilize the electronic vehicles, e-vehicles, okay, e-scooters, okay, e-cars, okay, electronic buses, and you need to go for the buses that are using the CNG, okay, you need to go for the hydrogen based vehicles, hydrogen fuel based vehicles, okay, you need to go for the microbial fuel cell based vehicles. So they are all future transportation systems. Already e-vehicles we are seeing, e-scooter, e-car we are seeing, but in future we are going to see the hydrogen based, okay, the vehicles, okay, we are going to see the microbial fuel cell based vehicles moving on the roads. That is all the future, there is no doubt about that, okay. So this forum, okay, is discussing about how you decarbonize the this particular transportation sector. It is a one-stop platform for dialogue between stakeholders and partners that will help in achieving specific results in reducing emissions from the transportation sector. How you reduce the emissions? Already Government of India is doing a lot of things. For example, Bs6 fuel norms. What are these Bs6 fuel norms? Bs6 fuel norms, okay, it means these are the norms that are applicable both to the automobile sector and also the oil refinery sector. Automobile sector should manufacture the engines where they emit, okay, less amount of all these pollutants. Oil refineries should employ the technology where they purify this particular pollutants from the petrol and diesel, and then they will sell it in the market. So together we are calling them as Bs6 norms, okay, Bharat Stage 6 fuel standard norms based on the European standard 6, okay, fuel norms. Understand this very clearly. The forum will work closely with all the stakeholders and formulate strategies, okay, and business models to accelerate electric mobility in India. Already it is being done. So Ola scooters are coming. So if you take the two-wheelers, segment, Ola scooters, okay, if you take this particular two-wheelers, okay, we have this particular what you call Ather energy scooters, Ather energy company scooters, two-wheelers. If you take the cars, okay, Tata Nexon EV electric vehicle, okay, four-wheeler electric vehicle, okay. So if you take the cars, German companies like Audi, it has launched a car called as i-tron. So what is this i-tron? i-tron is a Audi company electric vehicle car. There will be no engine, only batteries. So if you just charge it for 8 hours, it will go for 350 kilometers maximum range, okay. And German company like Jaguar, they have launched an electric car called as I-Pace. So electric mobility is being encouraged by the government of India in all the sectors, okay, whether it is Indian companies or the foreign mobility companies. So government of India has a scheme called as FAME, faster adoption and mobility of electric vehicles. FAME scheme phase 1, phase 2 is also going on. So these are all the basic things, okay. Now in India, transportation sector is the third most CO2 emitting sector after thermal power plants and oil refineries. Transportation sector is the third most CO2 emitter in India. Within the transportation sector, the road transport is contributing to more than 90% CO2 emissions. On the road, the heavy vehicles, lorries, trolleys, then DCM vans, then four-wheelers, two-wheelers, all of them, they emit 90% of the CO2 emissions. Remaining railways, okay, 10% will come from railways or inland waterways using the diesel based ships. So this is how it is. Indian government through its various policies promoting decarbonization of transport with a major focus on electric mobility. I told you now, electric mobility is the focus of the government of India. So this is how the thing is. It is more of explanation than this particular thing. So listen to this, you will understand. Okay, vehicular pollution, some of the facts I have given, like 1/5 of the total global black carbon emissions will come from the transportation sector. 90% of the black carbon emissions comes from the diesel vehicles. Of course, 50% of the countries are still using high sulfur fuels like diesel, which produces high air pollutants. Okay, just now we have seen what are the various pollutants. and 47% of the deaths caused by the emissions from diesel vehicles. So approximately 3.85 lakh people killed or died because of the air pollution related issues according to the World Health Organization. In that, majority of them are from India and China. So this is how it is. So this is the simple thing. Now we will understand the topic energy resource, strategic petroleum resources. So what is this? Definition: strategic petroleum reserves are huge stockpiles of the crude oil stored in the underground rock caverns. So you have a big mountain like this. Simply what they will do is that they just make a hole and just make a big hole like this inside this mountain. So what they do, simply they will just pump the oil and store the oil there. That is called as underground rock cavern, considered safest for storage of hydrocarbons to tackle emergency situations, allow a country to overcome the short-term supply of disruptions in the supply of oil. So understand here, what are these? Very simple. Strategic petroleum reserves are the storage areas for the crude oil and petrol. Very simple. Why you need to store the petrol and diesel? Why? Because if at all there is any disruption in the future, that stored petrol and diesel can be used for the Indian economy. That is the idea. So why the strategic petroleum resources or reserves are required? Let us understand this. What is the need and necessity? India imports 70% of crude oil and petrol. From other countries we import the crude oil and petrol and we supply it to the population for economic activities. That's why the fuel prices are very high in India, more than 100 per liter of petrol, more than 105 per liter of diesel, like that. And at the same time, so we are importing 70%, we need to store more quantities being imported and we need to store the petrol and diesel. Very simple logic. If at all your this household tap continuously supplying the fresh water, will you store them? You will not store them. Why? Because there is continuous supply and huge supply is there, household water. But if there is water is coming once in 2 days for 10 minutes or 1 hour, or once in 5 days for 10 minutes or 1 hour, definitely will store it, right? We will just store it and then use it. Same thing here. We do not have the sufficient supply, we are importing. Obviously we need to have some extra storage for them. So the concept of strategic petroleum reserves help there. So in 1990, during the Gulf War, India has experienced the oil crisis. During the Gulf War between Iran and Iraq, what happened is that the oil supply is disrupted to India, and India faced a lot of disruption in the oil supply, and it experienced a lot of tension during that particular time. So in this particular situation, to avoid this particular resources are required. And to 1991 balance of payment crisis in India, where we have found that the forex reserves available are can be paid to only for 2 to 3 weeks for getting the oil from other countries. So in that particular situations also, when the country is facing economic crisis, the strategic crude oil reserves will be useful for us. And what are the other reasons? OPEC countries, oil producing economic countries, decisions and rise in global oil prices. So this is also a biggest problem to India. Always the OPEC countries, they are dictating the demand and supply of global crude oil, and in the process the prices are fluctuating. The idea is, let us store some diesel and petrol so that we can overcome the global oil prices rise related inflation aspects. Then to meet the emergency situation, if there is any emergency situation where we need to use this particular petrol and diesel during the times of wars, here these reserves will be useful. So recently this is taken from Government of India websites. So strategic petroleum reserves, so already I told you objective. Government has set up 5.33 million metric tons of strategic crude oil storages in phase 1 at following 3 locations. So what are the 3 locations? So in the yellow color you can see Vishakhapatnam 1.33 million metric tons, Mangalore, so here Vishakhapatnam yellow color, then Mangalore 1.5 million metric ton, Mangalore in Karnataka, then Padur 2.5 million metric ton, again in Karnataka. Okay, so there they found a big mountains and they just make the hole in it, rock cavern, and they store the crude oil and petrol. Apart from that, see here, out of the present, these are already there. In that, Padur is having the largest capacities to store the crude oil. Remember that. Vishakhapatnam for Andhra Pradesh students, remember 1.3 million metric ton. So apart from that, additional 6.5 million metric ton of strategic crude oil reserves is planned in phase 2. So where? In blue color, see here, one is in Chandikol, Odisha, 4 million metric ton. Second is Padur, again Karnataka, 2.5 million metric ton. So understand these facts very clearly. Already existing capacity, okay, is totally we have the 5.33 million metric ton. In that, large capacity is in Padur. Upcoming crude oil storage reserves 4 million metric ton, Chandikol, Odisha. Okay, understand this very clearly and write these facts with a lot of patience so that it will be useful for you. Nothing much is there here, just an idea why it is required. Then who maintains this particular strategic petroleum reserves? They are maintained by Indian Strategic Petroleum Reserves Limited, which is a special purpose vehicle under Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Remember this very clearly. Okay. Then for how many days this particular stored crude oil reserves will be sufficient? So already just now we have seen this particular already existing reserves of 5.33 million metric ton, okay, they are sufficient for 64.5 days. They are sufficient for 64.5 days of continuous oil supply in India. Now if you create this particular extra reserves, they are sufficient for the 74 days totally. So as of today, 64.5 days of extra petrol and diesel that is required for the country is stored, and it will be supplied in case of any situation, whether it is a Gulf war, whether it is any disruption, whether it is any rise in the oil prices, it doesn't matter. Simply the government of India has already made the sufficient storage capacity for 64.5 days, and understand this very clearly. Okay. Now let us understand a small topic, general awareness topic, World Water Week. So World Water Week 2021, it will be celebrated from 23rd August to 27th August with the 2021 theme Building Resilience Faster. World Water Week, Building Resilience Faster. 2020 theme is Water and Climate Change, Accelerating the Action. Understand this very clearly. So this these things you remember for prelims. Of UPSC and also mostly the Tspsc and also the Andhra Pradesh Group 1 prelims and Group 2 exams. So this World Water Week is celebrated by National Mission for Clean Ganga under Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay. So World Water Week, okay, it is the annual event on global water related issues. So see here, water pollution is a serious issue at the global level. First thing. Second thing is that most of the water pollution is caused by the humans. Third thing is that because of the global warming and climate change, okay, water scarcity is increasing at the global level. Last year, South Africa has faced severe water crisis, entire country, and the waterfalls, the Victoria waterfalls on Zambezi River in Zimbabwe, it dried totally for the first time in the history. Okay, so water scarcity is there and drought conditions are prevailing in various parts of the world, and water crisis is definitely a big problem in the future. So the idea is you need to protect the water, conserve the water, save the water. For that you need to have the awareness. To create that awareness, World Water Week is celebrated on discussing about various global water related issues. So see here, who launched this World Water Week? Remember this, launched by Stockholm. It is launched by Stockholm International Water Institute in 1991. Remember this for exams. Stockholm International Water Institute, okay, since 1991 is conducting World Water Week. Okay, this year 23rd August to 27th August with the theme Building Resilience Faster. 2020 theme Water and Climate Change, Accelerate the Action. So this is how it is, okay. So together this particular organization will work with all the sectors and NGOs to find the solutions to water related problems. Very simple, nothing much is there. So once a small question was asked in UPSC prelims question regarding water and the biodiversity related thing. What is the national aquatic animal of India? 2015 question. So it is saltwater crocodile? No. Olive ridley turtles? No. Gangetic dolphin? Yes. Gharial? No. Okay, understand that very clearly. Gharial is a crocodile species. Gangetic dolphin is confined to the Ganga, Brahmaputra river systems. Understand that very clearly. Okay. So this is water and biodiversity related question asked in 2015. So today we stop here, okay, and tomorrow we discuss this Arctic region. This article I will discuss tomorrow. Why? Because already the content become okay heavy and 1 hour class. So tomorrow it will be a very good session, okay, where we discuss about Arctic region. Again I will discuss this Arctic region, okay. Then what is the what do you mean by Arctic Council that is working for protection of Arctic region and its biodiversity? What is Arctic Environment Protection Strategy 1991? Okay, Ottawa Declaration of 1996. So which countries are part of Arctic Council and which are non-observer states of the Arctic Council? So India is a non-observer state in 2013. Okay, then other facts we will understand and previous questions on Arctic, okay, and mains question on Arctic, prelims question on Arctic, and how the Arctic Council will work through various groups. So this we will discuss tomorrow. Why? Because it will take more than 10 to 15 minutes. So this is the today's class. This is the today's class, friends, and we discussed about Operation Devi Shakti to evacuate the Indian citizens and foreigners from the Afghanistan, India, International Solar Alliance, Energy Transition Dialogue 2021. Very, very important, all the facts. Then International Solar Alliance, Forum for Decarbonizing Transport Sector, Strategic Petroleum Reserves, World Water Week. So totally we discussed the 6 topics for today. Tomorrow we will discuss the Arctic region. This is important topic. Please follow the current affairs so that you will understand the things in a simple and holistic manner and helpful for your UPSC preparation. So I request you, all the people who are watching this particular current affairs, please do share with your friends and so that it will be helpful for you. So right guidance is very, very important, and the scientific level of preparation is essential for the success of UPSC civil service exam and also the any group 1 or group 2 examinations conducted at the state level. So we give the best current affairs, okay, and we do not hurry. We give the current affairs in a holistic manner and we take the previous questions and keep there and make you understand how the UPSC is asking the questions, or any public service commission will ask the questions. So slowly we will include the group 1 and group 2 level exam related questions also conducted by the various state governments. So it will take time, but as of now we are confined to the UPSC UPSC examination prelims level and mains level. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. Okay, great learning. Have a nice day. Bye.